All right. So there you go. A million times I've mistreated you, Lord, and I'm sorry. Come back to me, so this will have a new folder called Guitar Neck. U-I-T-A-R-N-E-C-K. So we have one now called Guitar Neck. And if that ain't the way it's done, well then you can kiss my ass, son. I ain't messing around with this stuff no more. I'm gonna cut me a guitar neck as soon as this network says what the heck. I wrote a song today. I haven't wrote a song in a while, man. It's gonna be a pretty funny song. Calling me drunk. That was really funny. I like it when I invent funny stuff, man. I think it's pretty cool. Look, I got off my head. Ah! Come on, computer. There it goes. Okay, so we're at the guitar neck. And this is going to be called Trust Rod Pocket. T-R-U-S-S-R-O-D Pocket. Don't do anything I do at home. I'm experimenting. I'm nuts. Whatever. Don't ever do anything I do at home. Ever, anywhere. All right, so this is going to be the truss rod pocket test. This is a piece of poplar, very old, but I can't do much with it because it's poplar. So we're going to see if this will make a truss rod pocket. So boys and girls, it has been saved. God knows what's going to happen because the CNC machine, it does whatever it wants to do, and this is all experimentally new here. New software. We got the best of the best Aspire software. Remote desktop to downstairs. USB drive. So that's how CNC machines operate. You got one main design computer system. It's not hooked to any of these machines. These machines are not on the internet, nor are they networked, because they're very dangerous. You don't want your hand up in there and something glitches on the network and it throws that motor going to the left at 150 miles an hour. You ain't gonna move your hand. It's gonna go and that's it. I've actually worked with a guy that got killed, got his head caught in one of these things, a big one, and wasn't paying attention, and it was a glitch, turned it on. So you can't network them, or you shouldn't. But that's why they carry these little pieces. These are what we transfer our code in. We take our code from the main computer design and we plug it into its own little computer system. So now that that's been plugged in, the first thing I got to do is I got to zero out this machine. Every machine, when you turn it on these, even though it might know where it was at when you turned it off, you shouldn't trust that. So this is going to be called zeroing out this machine. I'm going to make it come to this corner, and it's going to call this corner up here home, so it knows where it's at. Now, this is called a head, and this is where the bits go. The first thing you do when you start messing with these is you press this emergency stop button and pray to God that the Japanese or the Chinese wired it up right. If it was Japanese, I wouldn't worry. So anyway, this is emergency stops on. Supposedly prevents you from getting crushed. Not my fault if you do. Don't do any of this at home or anywhere. Don't do anything I do ever, especially when it comes to dating, because you could end up with a drunken idiot calling you all the time. Hey, I want you to share my happiness. No man ever wants to hear that. Okay, so this is a bit. This is like a drill bit. This one's called a rounded bit because the tip of it's rounded, if you can see. I don't know if it'll show it. So the tip's round. What we want for this machine, what we designed it to use, is called a 1/4 inch flat end mill. The end's flat. See how the end is flat? This is what you call a updraft. The screws are designed to pull the sawdust out. Some people went down. I use up right now because that's all I got. It's money. So this goes into that machine. Alright, now that we got this bit inserted, y'all can't probably see it because maybe I should do it over here or something. My bike's to y'all all the time, isn't it? See if I can get you guys. The trust rider kicked me in the butt. All right. We have the wobbles. We have fixed the wobbles. So, all right, so this bit's in here, right? Ah! No, I'm just kidding. So this bit's in here, right? Okay, so now this machine needs to know where 0, 0 is. So take off the emergency stop. I come up to the software and I tell the software, hey, I need to set this. So I tell the software that, and then I press go. And it comes up until it clicks on a little electronic switch. Now it's going to come forward till it clicks this switch. Now it's going to go this way till it clicks this switch. And you should always have your hand ready to hit that in case it screws up, because it screws up sometimes. So now that it's clicked all 3 axes, it knows exactly where it is in space-time. So we have to move it away from this. And we have to tell it where we want it 0 to 0 to be. So right here is good enough for us. We want, this is our 0, 0. This is the machine 0, 0. So when we tell it where we want our 0, 0, it only knows that because it knows where this one is. So it takes the 0, 0 coordinates and says, hey, your 0, 0 is this far away, and it knows where it is at. So we'll set the X and a Y. And for the Z, we're gonna, there's what they call a Z. Well, shoot. Okay. Now for the Z is the up and down. We got to use this device. It's an electrical contactor. We put one down here on top of our material, and we put this other one on the bit itself. And then we press a button on the software and hope it touches that. And once it touches that, it knows how thick this is, and now knows exactly how far down the Z is before that bit will touch that wood. All right, so now we're ready to cut except for one thing. We have to put this dust hood on. Okay, so we're going to load the software in that we transferred from the main computer. And once the software is in, I can see on the main screen over here, which y'all can't see. I don't want to show it right now because I got to check about copyright. But I can see where this thing is going to go, basically. And it's time to press the go button and pray it doesn't like go crazy. All right. Yeah, keep in mind we're trying to get this to fit because it's square basically into a slot. Very loud. Pretty cool, ain't it? I like it. Man, I wish I could find a girlfriend that knows about this stuff. That'd be awesome. Okay. There she be. Oh, perfect. Now I can tell it's going to work, but the part that you're supposed to drill with a drill isn't cut here because you're supposed to drill it with a drill. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and just have the CNC cut that out. It'll take me a second here. And anytime you leave a CNC and you ain't working on it, gotta do this, at least in my shop. Don't take my advice on anything, but I keep that emergency on because that thing is dangerous, man. I've seen it take off like a rocket. Just, and all of a sudden it's at the other end. All right, so. Okay, now this is what we call a fix file. We're only going to use it once, so it's named fix. So that way we don't think it's a actual program we reuse over and over. Okay, put the fix file in there, and it's going to come over and it's just going to cut out the last bit that normally you would use a drill. At least I hope it does. All right, so supposedly now this will fit. This is the part that goes underneath the fretboard that normally we wouldn't cut it out. So. All right, that's why we do this. It doesn't work, so, but I do know what's going on. I'm going to try to fix it real quick. All right, once again, we have the fix file. It should fix the custom fit here. And now that we've got this custom fix, if this works, then we put the plans back onto our real drawing, and we know exactly how this truss rod from Steve Mack works. There's 3 or 4 different kinds, but this is the most common right now, and we're going to try it first. Okay. It's a little bit different design than what the internet states. So we're fixing. I don't think that worked. I didn't hear it cut. fans are making thrust rod slots. Thrust. Squirrel loose, no. Squirrel loose, found out the hard way. So, let me take y'all a look over here, see if this cord will reach. I can do it this way. Oh, let me just turn it around. Okay, so what we got here is it was only supposed to cut to here, but it fits exact. It's not going to move side to side because that's what we need to cut. So what we know is this hole right here is where the fretboard, normally you drill a hole in, so this wouldn't exist because the drill bit drills into here. We know we got the right distance to here, and we got to get the right distance to here, and then the rest of this is perfect. So now, congratulations, we have our very first truss rod, and we know how they work. And I found out some very good things from some neck builders that I did not know. That a lot of people say glue these in, but the professional neck builders say don't glue them in, just turn this a little bit, enough to bend this rod just a little bit, and it'll tighten up inside the neck, and it won't need any glue, because you won't be able to repair it if you glue it. So let me get this all set back up over here in y'all's normal home. All right, guys, isn't that cool? So that's pretty easy. Now we got it. Now once we get all that, like we got it, now we know it works. It'll stay like that forever. We don't have to go back and change the software or figure it out ever again. We can make 1,000 necks, and it'll always be that slot. And that's beautiful, because that's what we're gonna probably end up making, is 1,000 necks. I guess the next step after this would be the fretboard. I got to cut a fretboard out. I'll probably make it out of poplar too, since we're just experimenting. I'll have to design that tonight. I'll save the frets. I won't put any frets in it because, like, I don't even have a fret machine right now. Fret press is what they call it, not a fret machine. So yeah, that's the next step. We gotta do some things that's pretty cool. I'll show you. I'll point them out to you on this machine. You see how this wood's blocked down right there? Well, that's because we weren't cutting all the way through it. If we were trying to cut all the way through it, we'd hit that table. So tomorrow, part of our job will be to make scrap wood that's level, that fits on there, bolted down, so that when we start cutting the whole neck out next in the fretboard, there'll be wood under it, so it can cut through and cut the whole shape of the neck out. So that's project be tomorrow. Next, I got several of these already set up, these poplar pieces of wood. We're going to use those as the underlaying pieces. And then, once I get comfortable enough to where I think, yeah, it's going to work, I got this, I don't know if you can see it, but it's figured cherry, man. Look at that. It's got figures in it when you turn it. You see how that looks? That's a rare piece of wood. Usually cherry doesn't figure like that. So I'm going to use this for the first real neck. And if it comes out nice, this will be on AJ's guitar. He's got a custom guitar coming from this shop. So AJ, if that works, this will be it. We got a couple more pieces like this, but this will be the first one. And if the first guitar ain't like exactly perfect, don't fret. We'll build you a second one, man. The first one's always toughest, man. It'll look good. And I'm following all the professionals' rules, man. I call them. I talk to guys that build thousands of necks. That my old boss or my current boss that I build all these rims for, he must have built 10,000 necks in his lifetime. No kidding. He used to have a way bigger factory than he's got now. So he's got all the goods, man. And not only that, he set me up with a way to buy all these truss rods at dirt cheap prices because he knows the inside scoop. So we won't have to buy from Stu Mack anymore. But this thing fits good. You can't ask for a better slot than that, man. That thing, that's what I love about CNC machines. They cut wood that's just so precise. You could never do that with a human hand. But they don't anymore anyway. I'll see it, all truss rods are cut with a router anyway. Some people complain about CNC takes away the creativity. It's like, unless you're breaking out a wood chisel and the hammer and you're hammering it to slot through a neck, you're doing the same thing that machine's doing. I don't care what you are. You're using a router. That's a router, a computer-controlled router. Very expensive one. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. I thought that was going to take way more time, man. Let's see if there's any comments. No comments. If we get a hold of Dragon or AJ, yesterday's show, not today's, but yesterday evening show, at about marker 104, I think, there's a little skit I do called Noah, about God coming down about the flood, and it's freaking funny, man. We gotta make a short out of that, man. I'm gonna try that tonight here in a little while. I'm gonna go get cleaned up and cause that was the funniest thing. Sometimes I say some funny shit, man. I very seldom think things are funny, but that was funny. I'm feeling pretty good, man. I tell you, I like the software, the support, friends, man. The no bullshit stuff. I don't get no crap from you guys, like crazy crap. I get normal crap from you guys. I would talk politics, but that's a big problem right now in America. And I don't know, unless you dive into it. I can't explain it any better than anybody else. I know it's a tragedy what's happening. That they need to stop going after politicians and go after meth dealers and fentanyl dealers, things like that, and terrorists that are bringing bombs into our country. So yeah, we're having a blast today. Got a little pissed off yesterday. Got a drunk call. I always hate the drunk calls, man. One day I'm going to put all the drunk calls on a YouTube show. It's going to be funny as hell. Yeah, man, drunk calls are weird, man. I'd much rather have a call of love. Why can't somebody ever call you about love, man? You know, like, hey, I love the show you do. hey, I'd love to go to a bluegrass festival, or I'd love to start a jam session. You want to come over and record tonight? I mean, there's lots of kinds of love, man. And I'd like to experience some of that, and none of the freaking straight up screaming anger for no reason. Yeah. Whew. Got a big tip yesterday. So we're done. I'll see y'all later.